Today I'm going to share 10 really useful tips to get started in drawing or sketching. I thought I would jump right in, and I'm going to just do this so that I'm not distracted by anything and talk about 10 tips that will get you started sketching and keep you going. Now, I have to first give a shout out to an artist named Doug Jackson. I'll put a link to his channel below because I listened to him and I went, whoa, those are so good. I want to share them. Number one is don't be afraid to doodle. So what I'm doing today is I'm using this number 05 micron pen. I recommend you draw with a pen. You can draw with a pencil if you want to, but then you're tempted to erase and fix and whatever. Drawing with a pen seems to just give you a little bit more confidence. So I'm using this pen and I'm going to doodle some of these little objects that I put here. So to start with, I'm just going to go like this. See, I see this from this angle, and if I don't get the angle just right, I just go around again. It doesn't have to be perfect the first time. So I'm kind of just doing what I would call a really quick sketch. And it's got some fancy writing here. Just going to get skinnier on the side, and a few little marks like this on the lid. So that's a sketch. That's all there is to it. There's actually another little sort of a ring of glass around here. Now if I look at it like this, I'm going to say, you know what? I think I put this in the wrong place. So I'm going to just move that line a little bit. Not fancy at all. Number two is don't be overambitious, which kind of fits in with the first one, as in, like, don't try to become a major artist overnight. Just like work away at it, and I think you'll find it more fun, and you'll find that just working away at it you actually get better. Okay, well, let's start with this little eraser. I'm going to turn it this way because it's a little bit easier. And there's another tip if you want it. Do something easy to start with. This is a kneaded eraser, which is an artist eraser that doesn't leave any crumbs, and it doesn't scruff up the paper. It has some little designs here when I was kind of stretching it. And if I want to, I can put a little shadow underneath it. So this is what it looks like. It comes as a little flat rectangle, but you can shape it into whatever you want to. Like if you want to erase a point, you can do that with it. Buy a sketchbook specifically for your daily drawings, preferably something small. Now, sketchbooks come in all kinds of sizes. I have this one, which is handmade paper and is fabulous, but it's a little bit heavy and fat for my purse. I have this one, which I often take. It's got a little thing for a pen. And if I want to go somewhere where I know I'm going to be sketching, I could take that one. And I also have, let's move some things here. This is a watercolor sketchbook with an elastic around it. So if I want to do watercolors and I'm planning on a sketching outing, I'll take something like that. But a couple of other really handy ones are this size. And this is watercolor paper as well. Plus it has perforations in here so I can tear them out. But it's also got signatures, so it actually will lay flat when I push it down or just hold it down. And it's so small that it hardly weighs anything. And then this one is very similar. So I don't know when I did that. This one I did as part of a class, but this is a lovely size too. And even though it's a hardcover, it doesn't really feel that heavy. And a hardcover is nice because if you want to use your lap as your desk, then the cover doesn't fold. Another thing I did recently was buy just a $3 sketchbook with a soft cover at a dollar store, and I keep it in the car. So here's another one of these circular things. Circles are tricky because when you look at them obliquely, they're no longer circles. Should have picked something else. And I'm not the greatest at doing circles, I'll tell you. I will admit that right now. I could take more time and make them a little more perfect. However, this is a roll of washi tape. With this little piece that won't stick down. And it has some kind of design on it. So there's that one. 10 to 15 minutes sketching a day is enough. You don't feel like you have to spend hours at it. Just take out a sketchbook and draw for 10 or 15 minutes. Also, try new things. This, for example. I'm not going to try that because I don't want this to last that long. However, I will do this one. Helps if I can actually see it. So it just comes straight down here, and I'm not even attempting to be precise here. And you know what? Being precise is not always the goal, because sometimes what you want to do to loosen up is actually hold your pen really far back so that you have more looseness. So for example, I've got this little bottle of paint. If I hold my pen back here, it's going to give a different effect. And these micron pens like most of the ink comes from straight out. It wants to be straight down. Whereas a fountain pen, you can actually use it as at a slant. So there's an example of, you can make these, just messy. I did a sketching class recently, and the idea was to just add more lines so that it did actually look really loose and kind of funny. But why not? So that's part of try new things. You can also just try drawing new things. You can try using different pens, different colors, different thicknesses of pencil. You can use brushes or calligraphy pens or markers, and you'll get a different effect every time, and it all is good. Here's a big suggestion. Commit to working on it for 3 weeks, every day for 3 weeks. That'll kind of get you rolling. It's like getting into a habit. If you do it every day for 3 weeks and you've managed to find a place to fit it in and be able to do it, well then, draw anything. So this is a little thing for junk journals and whatnot. I think I'll put it this way. It's a shader. And I forget exactly what the name is right now. So I'm just going to draw it anyway. And it has this little foam on it, which you can do this with to make things look antique. Okay, so I can see right now that needs to be a little bit more elliptical. And then I go up like this, and I'm going to do this side, try to do it opposite. That gives a pretty good approximation of what that thing looks like to me. Number 8 is draw with a pen, don't erase. Number 9 is be kind to yourself. In other words, don't judge yourself. So if I looked at this and every time I drew something, I went, oh, that's awful, that's so far off, it doesn't look like the right thing at all, I would get discouraged pretty fast. But when you look at all these little pieces as a whole, they look like little drawings, right? Another really good plan is to reduce distractions, and that means turning off your phone if you need to, and getting away in a room by yourself, or just taking a few minutes here and there. If you're in the car waiting for an appointment or whatever, get out your sketchbook and do it when there's no distractions. So I just thought I would finish up with a few of these that are I've done in the past. This is a little ornament I have. These are petunias. This little character is this little mouse. So I used that as a sketch subject once. A rose from my garden. I honestly don't know what's in here. Here's some more doodles, some good ideas. Same idea, and you can go through and write on them as well. I have a little ornament thing around here somewhere. Where is that little sheep? So I drew that. This goofy eyes. And just some funny figures. They were meant to be funny characters. Funny faces. Some more characters. Anyway, I think you get the idea, but what I want to say about this is you don't have to actually draw a thing if you don't want to. You can just doodle. It's like make things like this, which is basically scribbles, but then you can go back in and change them so that they become patterns. See what I mean? You can also use a subject and scribble it. So if I wanted to do, let me see, something like this marker, which the cap should be on a little tighter than that. I need to have it over here to see it well. I could just fill it in like this. All of it counts. I have a Bible verse for you to think about today, and that is, "The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want." And some of the newer versions say, "I shall not have lack," or "I shall not have want," or whatever version you want. It's Psalm 23 verse 1. But I love that verse because it says, if the Lord is looking after me, I'll never be in want. Hope you enjoyed this, and I'll see you next time.